Hello there, my beautiful Leo signs. It's Rachel with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's video is all about you, Leo. This is going to be about your energy and what's happening for you at this time, what you're going through, and what's next to come for you. Now, this is a general Celtic cross reading that I pulled with tarot cards and oracle cards. So if you're here just for the tarot reading, that's going to be the first half of this video, Leo. If you like something in this message, if it resonates, please smash that like button. It helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. And then if you're interested in more messages from Spirit, make sure you check out the end of this video because I'll have a lot of oracle cards that I pulled for you. Now, traditional Celtic cross spreads pull about 10 cards. I do a little bit more than that just because it helps me read the energy better. I'm an intuitive reader, so I kind of go wherever the cards take me. And before I get on camera, Leo, I also meditate on your energy and your vibe. And I got like super cold chills when I was like coming into this, like a lot of goosebumps. So if you've been getting or experiencing goosebumps, it's probably like your guides or your energy, your energetic body or your higher self kind of telling you some sort of confirmation or synchronicity or something that you need to pay attention to. So make sure you're being very aware of your body, because sometimes we don't always get messages from Spirit through our typical clears, which are like your mind's eye or in your dreams or things like that. Sometimes we get it through like sensations and feelings. Now, I also, when I meditate, I listen to music, and that's kind of how I tap in to your energy as well. I just go with whatever kind of is playing at the time or whatever is on my general random feed. And it was a song called Unknown to You by Jacob Banks. It's a really great song. I love that song. It's a bit of a sad song. So I do feel like you're having some sort of somber time right now. And there's a lot of conflict energy and a little bit of chaos in your field here, because you got a lot of 5s and a lot of 7s. And those are cards that are about chaos and change and escapism, those sorts of things. So there's a lot of shifts that are happening in your life right now, Leo, and Spirit is really wanting you to stay strong. So let's go ahead and dive into the tarot. I think I've chatted enough. The first card I pulled for you, your current vibe, is the 9 of Swords. This is insomnia. This is being trapped in your head. This is like laying awake at night and like going over a million things in your brain that's keeping you from sleeping. Like it's just this repeat woe is me feeling. It's not a good vibe. You know, we all have these times in our life where we hopefully self-reflect and try to understand what happened to us and why, or what happened for us and why, depending on how you want to perceive things. So that's what's happening for you. Now, your challenge here is Spirit is offering you a new idea or a new opportunity at something. This could be a mindset, even a shift that they're kind of giving you this wand for. The Ace of Wands is about creativity and passion and drive and an idea. So there's an opportunity here for sure for you, Leo, to not only transmute the pain of the past, but to turn it into something very beautiful. You might have to learn something new is what I'm getting here, but I do feel like you will be successful at this if you choose to pursue it. But you do have options, because the 7 of Cups was in your subconscious energy. So the 7 of Cups is all about choices. This is also all about manifestations and prayers or wishes, if you want to think of it that way. This is an opportunity to choose from the plethora of cups that you have and decide what's going to be best for you. Now, the foundation of the situation is strength. So this is your card, Leo. This is your energy. You have to really lean into your confidence, into your self will, your power. Like your willpower is in there. Like you have a lot of gusto, courage. Like this bravery is what you're going to need at this time to get you through. And sometimes that's very hard. My heart chakra is hurting as I'm saying that. Sometimes it's very hard when you're going through difficult situations. You may not feel like you have much left in you. But you are love. Love is energy, and that's what we all are. We're energetic beings of love, and as long as you still have love, you still have everything. Now, the past energy you have here is death. This is could be a physical death, the loss of a loved one. If so, my condolences. That's a rough thing to have to go through when you're trying to create. But sometimes you can use that pain as fuel to propel you forward. If you if you can figure out how to transmute the past, you can really use it as rocket fuel to get you out of mindsets that were no longer serving you. Now, this death could also be like death of an ego, death of a lifestyle, death of a relationship. I did pull a clarifier on this just to see what it was, just more information on it, and the Empress card came out. Now, this is the ultimate female energy, basically, is what the Empress card is. It's also a card of fertility, so some of you might have been experiencing the loss of a child, or the loss of an opportunity at a child, perhaps. Again, my condolences there. It's a rough thing to have to go through, and unfortunately, most women do experience that. I do have some experience with that myself, and it's not very well talked about because a lot of people just keep it under the rug. So if you feel guided, make sure you reach out to a healthcare professional, a mental health professional. If you feel like you're really hurting from that, like, make sure you consult with someone. I'm a tarot reader, so this is for entertainment purposes only and to guide you. But if you need help, make sure you get it and ask for it. And maybe that's the strength you need at this time, is having someone to talk to about things that are a little bit taboo for some silly reason, when a lot of women do experience that. So you're not alone, that's for sure. But this Empress energy could also be maybe a feminine role that you were playing in the past that didn't serve you as well. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a tangible thing, but it can be, a role that you played that wasn't serving a relationship, or maybe didn't fulfill some need that you require. Now, the next card is your present energy, which is, interestingly enough, it's the Hierophant. This is all about tradition and values and belief systems. It's also like a scholarly card. This is Taurian energy, so some of you might be dealing with a Taurus sign. I do feel like the key to your success with this creative venture is going to be pursuing something like learning something new. This is either a new hobby or a new something. Like, you're going to have to build your skills, basically, is what I'm getting here. This is vital to moving forward, because you have a lot more cards in your future energy here about this Ace of Wands, about this offering, about this opportunity, about this idea, about the spark that you're having to move forward. The next card I have is the future card, which is the Six of Wands. This is about celebration and victory and success. So this is in your future. You will be achieving success and victory, as you go through this process and follow through. And I pulled a clarifier on this just to kind of get another confirmation for myself. And you have the Page of Wands. So whatever you're beginning, you're going to be a novice at it, which is, we all start somewhere. No one is born knowing all sorts of things, typically, unless you somehow remember your past life, everything, which is, rare. But I do feel like Spirit is really trying to guide you and hold your hand with this new project. It's going to be very beneficial, not only for you, but for a lot of people. It's going to help a lot of people for sure. So that's what the Page of Wands is. It's basically you're just starting a brand new passion project or a hobby. Now, the next card is what's in your control, what's your power in this situation, in this scenario. Now, interestingly enough, it's the nostalgic card, the Six of Cups. This is about usually a past love, a past relationship, but it could also be about this pain or this whatever's keeping you up at night, this insomnia feeling. It's a card of open-heartedness and kindness, and I just kind of think of it as like a puppy love card. It's like that childlike wonder. Now, there's a difference between childish and childlike, and Spirit really wants you to lean into the childlikeness, where, like, when you're little, you see a bubble and you're like, wow, how does that work? Like, what is that? That's amazing. I've never seen anything like that before. And Spirit's asking you to kind of have that mindset as you dive into this new project, and have that curiosity and wonder and that spark again, which sometimes as an adult, when we're lost in the humdrum and the monotony of paying the bills and parenting or the friendship circle, like, we get lost in that kind of boring humdrum life, and it feels a bit lackluster. So that's what the Ace of Wands is, though. It's like a spark of opportunity that they're trying to help you get to. Now, the next card is, how does this affect people around you? This is the Seven of Swords. This is my escapism card. Some people might see you as like running away from your problems by trying to throw yourself into something new. And that's based on a fear mindset. So if you're breaking free from tradition, or you're learning a different tradition that's not typical for your culture or however your environment is, sometimes people get scared. And I do feel like you're going to have a lot of people that try to throw shade at you, Leo, that say like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Oh, that's risky, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Well, if people don't take risks, then they end up in the same position over and over and over again. So at some point, you have to decide what's best for you, and no one's going to do it for you, and no one is going to be able to put themselves in your shoes or really truly understand where you're coming from, because they've never been in your shoes. So just make sure you're making those choices and choosing the option that's best for you. Now, the hopes and fears is the Six of Swords. A lot of sword energy, which is mental stuff. A lot of wand energy here, which is passion and creativity, those sorts of things. So there's definitely a lot of fire and air happening. And I do feel like that's going to light this match, which is basically what that Ace of Wands is. It's a match. And it's going to help you move forward. I feel like you're a little bit afraid of what's to come, because that is typically what happens when someone's going through changes. The Six of Swords is all about sailing from choppy waters into smoother seas, so you might be a little scared of what's going to come. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I had to sneeze right there. To pause it. Okay, and then your outcome here. So you have the World card. That was the first card I pulled for you, for your outcome, which is closure, it's balance, it's ending some sort of karmic cycle perhaps. But then I also pulled the Five of Wands as a clarifier, which to me just symbolizes you're going to get some kickback. And I feel like that's going to be coming from the people that don't quite understand what it is you're doing, or why you're doing it. But just remember, like, they're probably just not on the same level or the same vibrational frequency as you are, and they're not ready for that yet. So you can't always take people with you. You sometimes have to leave them behind, and that's exactly what the Seven of Swords energy is. It's like that person can take all that they can carry, and they have to leave the rest behind. And that just might be your vibe at this point in time, because you're tired of doing the same old thing, and it's only led to disappointment and imbalance when it comes to your feminine and masculine energy. Now, the Five of Wands is a card of chaos and conflict, but it's also, fives are symbolic of change, and that's just kind of the reoccurring theme here with your reading. And the Hierophant is number 5 as well, so that is very cohesive for sure. So you have quite a reading here, Leo. I'm excited to see what it is you're doing and what it is you're creating. Now, if that message resonated with you, again, please smash the like button. It helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. I am going to move on to the Oracle cards, so if you want to stay for that, you're more than welcome. If you feel like you've received the message and you're done, all right, I'll see you next time. And let's dive into Oracle cards. This is the Archetypes deck. Oh boy, yeah, you're on a challenge here. This is a journey for sure. This card is the Mountain. I kind of like love and hate this card. This is like you're almost at the top of the mountain. If you look there's like that person in the cave. They're almost at the top of the mountain. They're kind of like taking a break to get their bearings, and it's just like they can see the view. It's not the best view yet, but it's pretty darn close, and it's just like almost like a Hansel and Gretel trail of goodness that's leading them to the top, to the peak of this mountain, in all the good ways, not in the bad ways of that story, but that story might be relevant for someone here. But I do feel like you're almost there. Spirit is trying to keep you going, and that's just really hard if you're experiencing conflict, or if you have a lack of support. You need that inner strength. You need to really tap into your solar plexus chakra, which is your soul's powerhouse, basically, to move forward. Oh boy, yeah. Okay, well, you also have the Lotus, which says move from darkness into the light like a lotus. So some of you have definitely been going through the ringer. Sorry, there it is. I was trying to get it focused. You've been definitely going through the ringer. It's been a rough spell, and it will end. it's going to take a little more grit, which is not the best message, but you're a Leo. You're fiery and ferocious. You can do this. All right, let's see what we have. This one says, I allow my soul to lead the way. I feel like that ties into this mountain card very nicely, because your inner light, your inner lantern is guiding you. And that's also tied to the Lotus card. It's like you're letting your deep inner knowing guide you out of the darkness and into the light. And maybe that's just through educating yourself. Maybe you're going to be a tarot reader. Maybe you're going to dive into spiritual practices, and maybe you're going to help others that way as well. Now, the next card I have is from my Third Eye Intuition deck, Leo. It says Act. This one says, what do you want? What is your gut saying? And how can you make this happen? Write a list of pros and cons and cut a way through to reach your goals. Instinctively, you will know if it's a good choice. That's the Seven of Cups. You feel like maybe you have analysis paralysis because you feel like there's so many options. You're not sure what to choose, but your soul knows, your inner self knows. Sometimes that's hard to hear when we're listening to outside critics, or we're being critics of ourselves as well. So meditation might be a good practice for you. If you're like, oh, I hate meditation, I can never do that. Okay, well, do something that's like mildly therapeutic for you, like go rollerblade and listen to music. Go listen to music generally. Some people like to drive their car, and that gets them in this really weird gamma state, and then they can really tap into their intuition that way. The next card I have is Full Moon in Virgo. It says you are good enough. There might have been something in Virgo season that shifted. Maybe you were dealing with a Virgo, or you have a lot of Virgo in your chart. That's just a confirmation for you. The next card I'm going to pull is from my I Ching deck. This isn't the traditional I Ching way, but this is how I do it, because it's a YouTube channel. I can do what I want. But this one says Inner Truth. Piglets and fishes, good fortune. Fruitful to cross the great river, and constancy bears fruit. Piglets and fishes are symbols of wealth, plenty, and luck, often used in offerings to the spirits. You are in the state of committed connectedness, and you can trust you will be provided for. Success in ongoing ventures and the insight to be in the right place at the right time are both manifestations of your inner truth. Where do you place your trust, and what feels true? Oh boy, that's a heavy one. Okay. Yeah, I feel like following this new beginning is going to bring you a lot of joy. A lot of joy comes with the creativity. So it says you delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. You're Leo. Leos are always generally fun, free, confident, those sorts of vibes. All right, I'm going to pull a card from my chakra deck and a card from my wisdom oracle deck, and that's going to be all of the messages at this time. You have a lot of purple cards. There might be something significant about the color purple. There might be something just significant about your third eye chakra at this time too, because that is what the violet or purple color symbolizes as well. So that might be a very specific message for somebody, but purple is very important because sometimes I see auras as well, and I just saw like a purple ring. So that might be something. Now you also have the mysticism card. This is a great card. If you're interested in studying mysticism, the Kabbalah, it has a lot of great information. It's kind of, I don't want to say what the tarot is based on, but it's kind of loose, like there's a lot of Jewish theological references and informations in the tarot, and that would probably be beneficial to study if you're very interested in learning about mystical gifts and those sorts of things. That's kind of how I accidentally dove into tarot, as I was reading about lots of other things, and tarot came first because I just liked to shuffle cards, and it was kind of just like I thought it was like a fun, silly thing to do, and then I started to realize that you actually can get messages and divine guidance through this modality of divination. So that's just kind of a fun fact for you. So you might be guided to access your mystical gifts and learn about those, and maybe that's your passion project, or where you want to help other people tap into their gifts as well, which is why I do what I do. So if you're interested in a coaching session to learn about how to tap into those gifts that we all have or abilities, then reach out to me. The last card isn't too surprising. It's not a great card, but it is Chaos and Conflict, number 33. That's a master number. If you're familiar with the Bible, you know, Jesus was crucified at age 33, I believe, or born again. So that might be a significant reference for you. I don't typically push a lot of religious stuff on here, but I do know a lot about a little about a lot. So I know a lot of references about different modalities of theology as well. So you might want to take a gander at that. But this chaos and conflict is definitely about the shift that you're experiencing, Leo. But I do see there's just a lot of positive to come from this. You're going to gain peace, you're going to gain joy, and you're going to have victory and celebration. And it's going to be worth this trek up the mountain. So make sure you just remain strong. All right, Leo, that's what I have for you. Hopefully this helped. If it did, please, again, smash that like button. It helps my channel grow. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you next time.